My name is Susan Lamb, and I am the president of Diablo Valley College. On behalf of our faculty, our classified professionals, and fellow administrators, I'd like to offer congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. We've had many graduation ceremonies over the 70 years that Diablo Valley College has been in existence, but this year will go down in the history books as a unique and singular graduation because these are extraordinary times. This is a year and a graduation that you will remember for the rest of your lives. Graduates, this is a moment that you've waited and worked for. You know it was not easy. Hours of studying, time away from your family and friends, and the isolation and new tech skills that you had to adjust to this spring. And at times, I'm sure that you felt tired, disappointed, demoralized, and even totally exhausted. Not to mention the financial hardships and sacrifices that many of you and your families have had to make. We recognize that it took hard work and determination to get to this point. Congratulations, you've made it. In this new world, I have confidence that the skills and abilities that you learned at Diablo Valley College will serve you well. This world will need leaders who are critical thinkers and who have leadership skills to bring together diverse communities, move forward social justice, and resolve global issues. Have faith that you will impact our communities and our world as you leave to begin new jobs, transfer to universities, or pursue other opportunities. As you move forward, take with you the confidence and support that you have gained here. Because once a Diablo Valley College graduate, always a Diablo Valley graduate.
Hi, my name is Heaven Waller, and I'm going to be singing the Star Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the boats bursting in air,
Greetings, Diablo Valley College graduating class of 2020. My name is Lisa Smiley Ratchford, and I'm a professor of sociology at Diablo Valley College. And may I begin by saying that on behalf of the DVC faculty, I congratulate you. We are so proud of all that you have accomplished, and you should know that you have inspired each of us as we have embarked upon this educational journey together. And so right now, we celebrate you. We know that this year has not been an easy one, and we understand that this celebration of graduation may not have been what you were expecting or hoping for. But know that this moment is well-deserved because it represents all of your dedication, your hard work, and your resilience. And for all these reasons and more, we applaud you. I'd like to share a brief story with you. When I began my first year of college, I was unclear about my educational goals or my career path. I was a first-generation college student, and I knew I wanted to make my family proud, but at times I felt lost, like I did not know how to navigate the new and unfamiliar territory. And I recall going to an orientation when the speaker conveyed to all the new students how important it was to be active on campus. The speaker suggested that we join a student club. So one day I strolled over to the student union, and as I walked down the hall, I read the names of the student groups printed on the placards on the door, and I came across one that caught my attention. NOMO, capital N, capital O, capital M, capital M, capital O. My first thought was that this club was for students who had had enough tests, enough homework, and didn't want to take it no more. I thought, hey, this just might be the club for me. So I went in to find out a little bit more what this group was all about. Well, I was greeted by a student, and I asked, is this a student club? She replied, not quite. This is the office for the Black Student newspaper. So why is it called NOMO, I asked. And she replied, NOMO is a West African term that means the power of the word. I went on to become a writer for the paper and was always so moved when I saw how the words I used in every article I wrote had the ability to reach and inspire a student community. And over that time, I began to really understand the meaning of NOMO and the true power of my own words. NOMO describes how words have a power to generate and create reality. NOMO is the process undertaken by a community to transform itself by boldly naming the current reality and reimagining possibilities for the future. I know that right now you are living in a moment when many of the words that are being used to describe your current reality generate feelings of uncertainty and doubt. And rightly so, I know that many of you are concerned and perhaps even fearful of what the future has in store. But class of 2020, you are in a moment like no other, a moment when your words, your vision, and your actions will have the power to create change in your communities and in the world like it has in no other point in time. So I ask each of you, what words will you use to inspire yourselves? What words will you use to uplift the members of your community? What words will you use to transform your society? As the great human rights leader Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Class of 2020, it is already very apparent that you will be the change. In this moment, you've already shown how resilient, adaptive, and creative you are, and how in the midst of crisis, you can still finish strong. But some of the words that come to mind when I think of you and the impact that you have already had in your communities and around the world sound a little something like this. Dedication, because many of you have worked and served our communities throughout your time at DVC, and you have done all of this while staying true to your educational goals that you have set for yourself. Innovator, because you've amazed us with your ability to keep us all connected during this time when it was very challenging to do so. And you've shown us that social media and technology can open up new ways for us to work and play. And because of your creativity, new opportunities will be available and new doors will open. And perseverance, because you made it through despite the obstacles you faced. And for those of you who had no one come before you, you have modeled what this journey will look like. Not only have you persevered, but you have set an example of what educational excellence looks like. And lastly, social justice. Class of 2020, you are already raising your voices and speaking out against social injustices. And our current reality has shed light on the inequalities that run rampant in our society. But because of your courage, I know that you will give voice to those that yearn to be heard. So in conclusion, I want you to know that even though we are not here face to face, I see you, class of 2020. The entire DVC community of administrators, faculty, and staff sees you. And we hope that you will always have fond memories of your time here at DVC and that you go on to do great things. My hope is that you come away from this understanding the power that you have and that you embrace the words that uplift you and your community. And I hope you live by these words and that you use them to change the world. Congratulations.
To President Susan Lam, DVC faculties, families, and fellow graduates of 2020. Good afternoon. I'm Marcelia Budiman, an international student from Indonesia majoring in communication. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of a follower who used to live in someone else's shadow. Since I was young, my parents have always let me make my own choices. They never doubted me when their friends asked, "Why choose communication? Why not be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, or businessman?" Although my parents turned a blind eye on them, I used to take into account on what others think about me and what is considered prestigious. Having 3 siblings who all attended and were active in DVC has inspired me to achieve even greater things. Before coming to the United States, I have planned to join many clubs, apply for scholarships, work on campus, and earn straight A's in every class like my siblings because grades are everything in my country. A is average, B is below average, C, can have dinner, D, don't you dare come home, and F, find a new family. Through many challenges, I have learned that being overshadowed by someone is not entirely flawed. In fact, it prepares us to excel in the future. However, the problem of living by someone else's definition of success may eventually devalue our true selves. When we follow those whom we look up to, we unconsciously force ourselves to fit into their identities and limit our abilities. When unable to achieve the same success, we feel useless and perceive it as a failure. My sisters were vice presidents in major clubs in DVC, and one of them interned off campus during college, while I don't. In fact, I have decided to value the price of authenticity. DVC to me is a platform to carve my own path to success. By being a senator at ASDVC, working as a communication tutor, and eventually becoming the president of DVC Omega Leo Club, others' achievements are no longer a measurement of my own. Rather than complimenting others' fulfillment, why don't you give yourself a pat? You've done great for every decision you've made, for every down you faced, and for every achievement you've accomplished. You have proven that you are worth the process. Today, the story of a follower reminds us to personalize every script in life, without having our career goals dictated for us, without undervaluing our competence, and without conforming to the society's ideal image of success. We can show what we are made of and what we are capable of doing. Thank you, DVC, for letting us explore beyond standards, preparing us to embark on the next journey, and helping us ignite our true color. To the class of 2020, congratulations, and I'm excited to see you all on top.
Hello, welcome, and congratulations on making it this far. My name is Carly Gordon, and I am honored to have been selected to be your graduation speaker. During this speech, I will give my introduction, my involvement on campus, and lastly discuss the importance of a community in your personal development. To start off, I am a computer science major from Vallejo, California. I plan on studying computer science with an emphasis on data science and artificial intelligence at the illustrious Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia. And by the time you are all watching this video, I will be graduating from Diablo Valley College. My time at DVC has been filled with so many positive memories as a student, leader, volunteer, and a community member. During my time here, I was fortunate enough to participate in several extracurricular activities, such as my club STEM and Color, where I served as president, ASDVC Student Government, where I served as the Technology Affairs Chair, speech and debate team, being a math tutor in the Puma Center, and even as a student speaker on Convocation Day. Out of everything that I participated in, STEM and Color left the greatest impact on me. To help provide some background, I initially came to DVC from a four-year university where I was studying mechanical engineering at Howard University for a couple of years. And later, I decided to change my major. DVC provided the best financial option for me at the time. However, I did face some challenges transferring from a predominantly Black university to a community college where I was often the only Black person in a lot of my STEM courses. After receiving some advice from a professor, I decided to go to the Puma Center to join a learning community. It was here that I was able to interact with students from Umoja, Puente, Mesa, and eventually meet some friends that would go on to found the club known as STEM and Color. Now, what made STEM and Color so different from any other club on campus was our holistic approach to diversity and inclusion. We reached out to other minority students who may have experienced the same isolation that I initially felt, while also extending the club to anybody else who may want to join our community. We held weekly meetings, informational workshops, panels with professionals of color, and even provided free company tours at the headquarters of SLAC and Visco. We encouraged difficult conversations about diversity and gave students the tools that they may need to enter STEM workplaces in the future. This allowed us to create a family of not just minorities, but people of all races, all genders, all sexual orientation, ages, and others who are studying STEM majors. Our club was truly a reflection of the change we want to see in our industry. So this brings me to my last point, which is the importance of community. If there's one thing that you should take away from my speech today, it is this message. An African proverb reads, "If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together." And if you can't find a space where you feel welcome, make your own community. Whether that be a club, a band, or even a movement, just anything that connects you to other people who share a common goal. In my personal experience, working with STEM and Color not only made me a better data scientist, but also a better speaker, leader, and advocate, and overall person. I'm very, very thankful for my Puma experience. So lastly, I would like to thank the faculty and staff of the Puma Center for supporting me in ways that I could never pay back. I'm very, very eager to pay it forward. And I encourage everyone at home to take this moment to thank the people who helped you make it to this point. As activist and author Alice Waters once said, "Teaching kids how to feed themselves and how to live in a community responsibly is the center of an education." And with that, I would like to once again congratulate the graduating students of Diablo Valley College, class of 2020.
Good evening, DVC graduates, staff, family, and viewers at home or from wherever you may be watching. Today marks an important step for the future leaders of this country. We celebrate the successes of those honored in this ceremony. However, this year is a little bit different. As you can see, we are not gathered together to see all the bright faces of the educated minds that will help shape the narrative of the future. The coronavirus pandemic that has impacted this year has overshadowed the hard work of these individuals. My fellow graduates, this pandemic is symbolic of your work that goes unnoticed by the masses, simply by the fact that you only know how hard you have worked to be here today. But today is our day, and I'm here to remind you that all your work does and will matter soon. In the face of adversity, we have maintained perseverance. It is the ethics of Diablo Valley College that instills in each of us to strengthen our personal growth and being able to become a productive member of society through education. It is through education that we're able to open our minds and of others to be able to make the world a better place. It is through education that gives us the strength to overcome obstacles that seem to be out of control or impossible to achieve. I speak from experience as my journey throughout my academic career juggled hardship after hardship, from failing grades to caring for my ailing father and being unable to juggle personal and professional life. I fell and fell many times. I failed university, then college after college, not knowing where my life was headed, nor expecting to ever succeed in post-secondary education. I cared for my father who was battling cancer and had to choose to leave school and quit working 2 jobs to aid in his recovery full-time. I pushed and pushed myself to my breaking point. However, in light of this adversity, I kept going, still, never forgetting what I wanted to accomplish for myself. After the worst was over and conquered the obstacles I faced in life, I found Diablo Valley College and has forever changed my life. With inspiring professors, attentive administrative staff, and a welcoming, diverse student body, I felt encouraged to go above and beyond than what was expected of me. I finally found an institution where I felt I could thrive academically and not feel like an outcast from my community. It was Diablo Valley College that helped a lost, misguided young man of color find his way to the path of a respectable career. And now, I'm a wiser and more knowledgeable young adult who hopes to become a mental health counselor to help the most vulnerable succeed in life. I chose to speak to you all today to inspire and reach out to those who are feeling lost. Whatever situation you may be in, just know that there is hope. And what I hope most of all is that you all understand when I say that even when I do not know you, and even though I may never meet you, laugh with you, or celebrate with you, is that you are important and will always have a place in this vast open world. Finally, I want to congratulate the Diablo Valley College Graduating Class of 2020. We are truly a unique group of graduates whose recognition had to be compromised in light of recent events. However, we will prevail in becoming the future of this country. We are now a part of a future that is more aware of their surroundings, and one is that more careful of our own actions. It is in this regard that our graduating class is the most important from recent decades, as we have faced adversity and overcame it with our heads held up high and a cap over our heads. Together, with the help of our families and loved ones, we will be able to rebuild this diverse, colorful nation we call home and make it great again. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Mary Gutierrez. I am your Vice President of Instruction. Please make sure that your tassel is on the right-hand side of your cap. Candidates for the degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, and for the Certificate of Achievement, on behalf of Diablo Valley College and the Contra Costa Community College District, I hereby confer on you the degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate in Science, and the Certificate of Achievement, and all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities attendant thereto. You may now move your tassel from the right-hand side of your cap to the left to signify this change in status. I hereby proudly present Diablo Valley College's class of 2020. Congratulations, you are graduated! Time for pictures. Got your cell phone? I'm going to post my pictures to hashtag DVC Grad 2020. You should do yours too. Post your graduation pictures to your Instagram or Twitter account using hashtag DVC Grad 2020 or to DVC's Facebook page. Make sure you use hashtag DVC Grad 2020. I can't wait to see your pictures. Congratulations.